Go, talk.
Yeah. I kinda got some popsicle juice on me, like, so now my chin's sticky and I kind of feel sticky on my chest. But,
do you know what Uber is, Johnny?
No.
Mystro!
Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today we're going to talk about Uber Pool Express, and surprisingly how good of a product it actually is, considering it is, of course, still the devil. Say, Uber Pool is the devil.
Uber Pool is the devil.
Never ever pick up the devil.
Never ever pick up the devil.
Say, don't let the devil in your car.
Don't let the devil in your car.
This video is sponsored by Uber and LiftShop.com. Go ahead and check them out. They're the one-stop shop place for anything you could possibly want in the rideshare world. Dash cams, barf bags, stickers, light-up signs, you name it, they got it. I'll be doing a more detailed review of their website later down the road, but they were kind enough to partner up with me and sponsor this video, so go ahead and check them out. Links in the description below. So I have been using Uber Pool Express now for a while, and I think it's actually better than the original Uber Pool.
A little bit tired. Yeah, you can talk. I just said it. I just need to say it, and I'm a little bit tired.
Oh, okay. You can rest here if you need to. So I've been using Uber Pool Express now for a while, and some of you have seen me do it on the live stream, and I actually like it a lot better than Uber Pool. Now, granted, I still don't like Uber Pool. I still think that Uber Pool is the devil. It's a terrible product. You shouldn't do it. But if you are going to use it, I think Uber Pool Express is the way to go. So here's the deal. Uber and Lyft both are slowly increasing the amount of time it takes for you to make the same amount of money that you made last month, right? As time goes by and the years go by, drivers are having to stay in their car longer, take more rides to make the same amount of money. Okay, they do that in 3 ways, right? And they've done it over the last couple of years implementing these new processes. The first is called upfront pricing. I like to call it by its old-fashioned name, theft, which is where they charge customers more and they pay the drivers less for the same ride overall. The second way they do it is they've just been reducing rates over time, right? I know we've recently got small, minor, like 5 to 10 cent raises.
Yeah, that's really good. Subscribe to my channel and Daddy's. I just wanted to say that.
That you have gotten a small, like, you know, somewhere between 5 and 10 cent raise, but they've drastically reduced the rates by dollars over the last few years. And then the last thing they do is these incentives, okay? So what they do is they say, oh, hey, you should drive 25 rides and we'll give you $100. Now, on its face, it seems like, well, at first, these bonuses seem like good. Like, oh man, I can do 25 rides, I can make an extra $100. But if they hadn't reduced the rates and they weren't paying you based on the upfront pricing, you would have gotten that much money or more in the past, right? So you would normally make that much money, but now you have to do 25 rides. Furthermore, that means you have to drive farther because you used to be able to make that money by driving less. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I always suggest wait out the surge, take a surge ride, and then make all the money, right? That does several things. One, it puts less miles on your car because you're taking less rides. And the second thing it creates each ride to be more efficient. The other thing it does is it increases your per mile rate every time you do that, right? So you drive less, you make more, and overall your profit is higher. Well, Uber and Lyft have now flipped that on its face, and you take more rides, drive farther to make the same or less amount of money. That being said, that is the future of rideshare. So buckle up, Buttercup. That's the way it's going to be going forward. If you don't like it, you're gonna have to get out of the game because they don't do that anymore. So here in San Francisco, people think it's a good market because of all of these bonuses, but it's not. You're driving farther, you're putting more money on your cars, and yes, you do make a little bit more money than in other markets, but you're working twice as hard. In Seattle, I can make the same amount of money and on half the amount of trips, right? So like I could make $200 to $400 in a day in Seattle, and I would take 15 to 25 rides. Well, here I got to do 40 rides in a single day to make that kind of money. It's just, you know, like the per trip average is so much lower here in San Francisco than it is anywhere else. So the way to compensate for that is to use some of these crappy products like Uber Pool and Lyft Line. I think that's by design. I think that Lyft and Uber know it's a crappy product and know that drivers won't take this willingly, so they have to incentivize you to do it by lowering the rates, increasing the amount of rides you need for the bonuses, and by doing that, you have to take these rides. So why is Express actually better than Uber Pool? Now it pays less, but remember, don't take Uber Pool and don't take Uber Pool Express at all unless you're trying to get a bonus. What do I mean by that? I mean, you still shouldn't take the ride. You shouldn't take Uber Pool, you shouldn't take Lyft line, okay? You should only take those if you're trying to qualify for one of these Quest bonuses, where it's like 40 rides for $100 or whatever, 25 rides for $80, whatever that Quest is. Lyft calls it Power Driver bonus. If you're trying to get a Power Driver bonus, like 50, 60, 70, 120 rides, whatever Lyft is offering you, that's when you would take Uber Pool or Lyft line, okay? And that's the only time you do it, because you don't make money. Like right now on my current Quest, it's 40 rides for $130. So it's about $315, $320, something like that per ride. And what that allows me to do is take Uber Pool and Lyft line, because each pickup is worth one of those rides, okay? So it'll be faster to get there. Then once I hit the Quest, stop taking Uber Pool and Lyft line. Now Express versus regular Pool, the reason why it's better is, one, Uber has, and I think intentionally, made it confusing for the customer to use it, okay? Which means for you as a driver, you're gonna have more frequent cancellation fees. And like I said, cancellation fees are like manna from heaven. It's free money for doing the same amount of work. And a lot of times they re-request so you can cancel on that person and take them anyway. And in a busy market like the East Bay or San Francisco, you're gonna get another ride instantly anyway, so you don't have to worry about canceling on somebody. So I think they make it purposefully hard for the customer to use so that the customer will get canceled on more. Whether they meant to do that or not, that's effectively what it does. The second thing that it does is it doesn't make you pick up at an address, so you don't ever have to get off on Main Street. And they make you pick up at a corner. So like 10th Street and Main, right? They'll say like pick up at the northwest corner of 10th Street and Main. You pull up to the 10th Street and Main, if there's a customer there, you pick them up, they get in the car, and you go. If they're not there, you just cancel on them and you continue on your way. Obviously, I think there's like obviously you have to wait the waiting period. What that makes it is more efficient, especially in a city setting. So in bigger cities, San Francisco, LA, New York, Seattle, like big cities like that, Chicago, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta, where there's a lot of traffic, it's hard to pull over. There's not like necessarily a safe place on the street to pick someone up at. It makes it really efficient because the customer is standing on the corner, you go there, you pick them up, they get in your car, you drop them off on another corner. You're not going to a specific address. You're not pulling off the main street, you're not going into an apartment complex, you're not going to go through like a giant maze-like parking lot. It's in and out and it's efficient. So as a driver, once you get the northwest, southwest, east, blah, 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 corners down in your brain, you can go to that corner and you can pick them up. If they're not there, cancel on their ass, drive away, keep going with your life, okay? Now remember, you only want to do this when you're going for a specific Quest bonus or Power Driver bonus. You don't want to get caught up in doing this all the time because your ratings are going to go down and your overall profitability is going to go down if you just do it, right? So what do I mean by that? Right now, if I had to take a Uber Pool Express, I'm not going to make any money. I'm going to make like $2 on the ride. It's extra work for less money. But with my Quest bonus of, like I said, 40 for 130, that ride is like basically $3 extra on top of that. So my $2 ride is now a $5 ride. So overall, while I still think it is a terrible, terrible product, if you use it correctly, you can make some money on it. And this is probably going to be better for those full-time drivers who really need the Power Driver bonus and the Quest bonus to make ends meet. Weekend drivers, I still don't think you should take this. Don't take Uber Pool, don't take Uber Pool Express if you're just going to be doing it 2 or 3 times a week, like during bar times or at night or whatever. Wait for the surge. I'm telling you, taking less rides at higher per mile rates will always make you the most money in rideshare. But that being said, the game is changing. So if you're a full-time driver or if you're thinking about doing this for full-time, you're gonna have to suck it up and deal with the new rules. And I don't like them, but that's the way it is. So I actually think that Uber Pool Express has gotten a lot of bad rap because we just assume a product coming from Uber is gonna be crappy because most new products from Uber are crappy. But Uber Pool Express, in my opinion, is a superior product to just regular Uber Pool. Get them in, get them out, get on to your next ride. Now, if you are the kind of driver who is not going to get 40 rides in a day, who is not going to do 120 rides in a week, then don't do it. Don't do Uber Pool, don't do Uber Pool Express. But if you're in a city, a big city, like I said, Chicago, New York, San Francisco, etc., and you're doing this full time, do Uber Pool Express. Maybe do it over Uber Pool. Fill your car up with express people. Get them in, get them out. Cancel on them as many times as you can. Get that $3.75 cancellation fee and move on with your life.
Don't ask Doe for a ride.
Try it again. Don't ask the devil for a ride.
Don't ask Doe for a ride.
Try again. Say, don't ask the devil for a ride.
Don't ask the devil for a ride.
And never ever let the devil in your car.
Never ever let the devil in the car. What?